in order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks for coming, everybody. Seating of alternates, we don't have any to seat, so we will skip over that. We'll open under public comment. Public comment once. Public comment twice. And public comment 3 times. We will close public comment. Next item, number 5 on the agenda, is the approval of the August 25th meeting minutes. Monica sent them out. I would hope everybody has a chance to go through them. I will take a motion to accept, and then we'll have discussion if necessary.
So moved, Richard Demko.
Second, John Stoma.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to accept. Is there any discussion, any changes, any edits that need to be made?
No.
Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those voting no? Any abstentions? And the chair votes aye. Well, that was quick and easy. I like that. Report from the finance director. Doug, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
No, you're on.
Okay. Financially, as far as last year goes, nothing really has changed. We're still looking at a deficit of about $260,000. We're closing the year out. We're getting reports to the auditors, and they should be starting their field work on October 5th. And then as far as the current year, so far things are going pretty good, except for the custodians, which have the extra cleaning for the COVID-19. I did put new reports in there from the new system. I tried to design them the best I could to match what the old reports look like. The general fund came out looking pretty good, almost exactly the same. However, capital projects and special revenue are a little bit different. I'm not able to get the subtotals in there for the revenues and expenses.
Remember, Doug, in those reportings for the special fund, you want to have the delineation of the different kinds of expenses, because I believe that was an auditor comment that it was just all one number, miscellaneous.
Oh, okay. All right.
And what I would suggest to you as a guide, as far as to use categories, if you open up the latest audit report and you look under the capital projects and the special revenue funds, you'll see they have the different expense categories there: education, public work, whatever it is. Structure your expense categories to match that.
Okay.
You know, and that will also go a long way to letting the auditors put the audit report together, because then they don't have to go in and say, okay, we got a big number in miscellaneous. What is it? You'll have already done that for them.
Okay. And then as far as the new system goes, we're still running parallel. The cash has been balanced out, and the revenues and expenses are close to being balanced out. I'm hoping that within the next month or 2, we should have it all ironed out, and then we will stop doing the parallel.
Well, I think what we've got is obviously, you know, this will put at the end of September, and I think my prediction will probably come true that you're gonna run till the end of November or the end of December, and that's going to be 2 months, 3 months, whatever. So if at that point everything is good, we stop. If there is something that does not work right, doesn't tie out, doesn't balance, then you got to just keep parallel. That's the only thing you can do, because you don't want to ever abandon parallel if there's a glitch. because if you do, you'll never probably be able to find it quickly enough to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, as I said, over my non-illustrious career doing this, I've seen quite a few times when people have just stopped it, but they still have differences and variances in their numbers, and it doesn't tie. And then all of a sudden, it ends up at the end of the year, and they've got this mess on their hands, and we don't want that.
Okay.
Because it's real easy to catch it's real easy to catch something currently if you spot it, as opposed to 4 months down the road, then you got to remember how to fix it.
Okay. And then I also included in the packet the First Selectman's proposed capital budget.
Yep.
And then also Bill had requested an electricity report, and so that was included in the packet too.
Yeah, our last bill that we paid, which was the town, like everybody on this call, was the beneficiary of paying at the higher rates that Eversource charged out. And I think our bill for the last month that was just paid was something around the area of $23,000, which for one month is kind of high for, a town. And Doug, it's going to be interesting when you get this month's bills in. The rate, my understanding has been frozen and actually adjusted back to the old rates. So when you get all of that assembled, and can you just give me a buzz? I'd be interested to see the total, because
Okay.
it should not approach 23, but I'm interested to see, as the usage is always fairly constant. I mean, I don't think there's any major spikes and stuff, but I'm interested to see just how much difference between the months that rate bump that they so generously applied to us and everybody else was worth.
Okay. And then I did go back and as far as the roads projects go, you had some questions on that. We bonded $15,100,000 in bonds for roads, and I still have a call into the town engineer, and he's going to get back with a estimate as to, how much it is to do the rest of the roads.
The 15 is since day one we started this, so it's going to be interesting to see where we are with, does it come back that we need another 10, another 15, or 8 or 6, whatever that number is.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what it comes out to be. Okay. Any questions for the finance director on his report? Anybody? Okay. Well, thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Comments from the First Selectman. I'm guessing he is not on because I don't hear his voice. So we will skip over that to the transfer request that was tabled a month ago from the police department. Chief Sadkowski's here. Chief, if you want to give us a fast run through so we can take the action on this.
So we're seeking a transfer of $11,450.12 from the fiscal 2019-2020 budget. And this transfer is basically to clean up some accounts that were overexpended in that budget year. Just to briefly explain, we had money that was remaining in the crossing guard account due to the COVID and schools being out. So speaking with the finance director, we figured that would be the best place to take the transfer from. So we're looking to transfer that amount to $11,450.12 from the crossing guard to 114 account. And we need to put $3,856.91 in the school account. $6,487.39 in the overtime account, and then $1,105.82 in the repairs and maintenance. The supers and overtime, obviously, due to staff shortages, due to workman's comp and other injuries, we incurred some overtime. So the supers, the more they work, the more we save on overtime. Otherwise, that overtime figure would be almost double that supernumerary that we overexpended. And then the overtime, same thing, being staff shortages, we had to backfill shifts. And then the repair and maintenance account, obviously we had some vehicle repairs that went a little higher than anticipated. One being a transmission on one of the vehicles, which is the cost of repair. And then we had a couple others that put us over that dollar amount. So we're looking to transfer that amount to clean up those accounts. And we do have the money in the 19-20 budget to accommodate that request.
Okay. Any questions for the chief? Anybody?
No,
No.
Okay. All right. Hearing nothing, I will entertain a motion to approve the transfer.
So moved, Richard Demko.
I'll
Second,
second
please.
it.
Second.
Rich and Bev, any discussion? If not, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Any abstentions? Chair votes aye. You're all set, chief.
Thank you very much, everyone. Hope everybody remains safe and healthy.
Likewise, you're more than
You
welcome.
too. You too.
You too.
Okay. That is the only transfer on the agenda that I'm aware of. New business. I do not have anything under that caption. Does anybody else have anything to bring up? Or I do have one question. Doug,
Yes?
do we know anything about any COVID money or any reimbursement yet?
Yeah, right now we have expensed 120,000 in that line item. And yes, we're going to be applying to FEMA and to the CRF program, which is the state reimbursement. Their deadline for getting the information into them is October 30th. So as soon as I get this audit stuff finished, which should be this week, that's my next project to start on.
Okay. What is that 120? Does that encompass anything out of the Board of Ed?
No, that's the town side.
Could it?
Huh?
No, I understand that, but what about the Board of Ed side? Do they have any expenditures they think are eligible?
I'll talk to Sherry and find out.
Because if it really, we don't want to blow this, obviously, but
Mhm.
if it's a town-wide application, town-wide means town and Board of Ed, as opposed to the town sends something in, the Board of Ed sends something in. And we don't want to get caught in some technicality with paperwork that we submitted, they didn't, or they submitted and we didn't. So you've got to make sure all those ducks in a row are properly dealt with. And when you have everything set to go up to the state, if you please send me a PDF of it,
Okay.
just so I can take a run through it. I'm expecting both town and Board of Ed, and let me know how you make out when you talk to her.
Okay.
And you need to be proof positive sure that of who can reimburse. As I said, is it two places in one town, or does the town have to send one big claim in? And that's real important with this stuff. And the other question I have is, how about our favorite topic of that receivable? Do we know anything about it? Where it is? What are we doing?
Which receivable are you talking about?
The reimbursement for the school, the one the 300 we keep chasing and have been chasing.
Oh, yeah. Sherry has has somebody working on that. That should be pretty soon submitting the report. I'll have to talk to her because I don't have all the details on that one.
You need to get
You're
all the
talking about
details.
the closeout.
Yeah, yeah, we're sitting
Yeah.
at 300, and we've been very patiently sitting at 300 for 3-4 years, maybe a little longer. So it's kind of time for this. And when you find out from the conversation from her,
Mm-hmm.
let me know, because this
Okay.
300 comes in on our side of the budget. So we really need to know what's going on, and if she has someone working on it, I want to get a commitment as to timetable. When will it be done? I don't want, I'm working on it, we'll get to it, because we've had 4+ years of I'm working on it, it'll get done, et cetera, and it's getting tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Question, Bill?
All right, so if you can let me, yeah, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
just quickly, my
I see
question.
you raising your hand.
Yeah, my question is, does that filing come from Doug in the finance department, or does that come from the First Selectman's office?
Comes from the Board of Ed,
Yeah, it comes from the
because
Board of
that
Ed.
deals with the Board of Education Department of Grants and Contracts.
Okay,
They
but
do that for every school system in the state of Connecticut.
And as far as the COVID information, is that submitted through the finance department or directly
Well,
through the First Selectman?
that's what we have to get all the details on, of who's submitting what and what does it contain. And that's an excellent question, but Doug, you need to find that out and let me know so we can pass it on.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
something I'd like to know before our next meeting, like in the next couple of days.
Not an unreasonable request. Do we have any timeline, Doug, on when Kurt's departure will be?
The last time I talked to him, he still did not have an exact date. He said around the 1st of October.
Well, gee, that's
So it could
about
be the
9.
first week, it could be the second week.
That's about
Between
9. That's about 9 days from now, give or take.
Right.
Between the 1st and the 18th.
That's a pretty big window, but it is what it is. Okay.
So yeah, in the next couple of days, if we can have that information on who sends what from where and what that timeline is before he leaves, would be
Yeah.
fabulous.
Okay.
Transitions are always a tough thing, and we don't need any more mucking up of the works. We want to get this claim filed, cash in, and let's end this, because there's no point in sitting back again, because effectively it's our money. And the longer we sit, the longer we don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will assume you'll be the point person, Doug, because you are the town's finance director, and it's a number for the general funds. So you're the one that should be leading the charge.
Okay.
All righty. Anybody else have any questions for our finance director?
Not so much a question to the finance director, but I just want to say that since this is the last Board of Finance meeting of the Miller administration, I would just want to wish him well on the record and thank him for his years of service and, dealing with us in the budget process all these years. It's been great. He'll be missed.
Oh, he absolutely will be missed. I mean,
Here.
the town has moved quite a bit forward from what it was, and we only hope that the path continues.
Absolutely.
So, and part of it's going to be on us to make sure that path continues.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. No one has any new business. Correspondence. No one's written me any letters, and that's fine with me. So on that happy note, number 11 is the always popular adjournment. I'll take a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Betty
John Selma,
Ann,
second.
John second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Chair votes aye. Thanks for coming. See everybody next month.
Love you guys. Have a good one.
Take care. Good night. Good night,
Take
everybody.
care, guys.
Aye.